Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade
Shade
and
in the
City.
City.
I am your girl, Treese.
It's Nellz.
And today we are getting into our review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Reunion Part 3. This is the conclusion, guys. So, as I was telling Nellz prior, I think it was a lot of rehashing. So please don't get mad at us if this review is all of like 15 minutes. Um, it wasn't much new that we learned, but we'll discuss it. We'll talk about it. And y'all dropped out in the comments and let us know your thoughts. So, y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady. And congratulations to Tiffany and Lewis. Y'all heard it first here. So we're picking up where we left off, guys. Destiny and Kimmy are still having their little back and forth. Kimmy lets her know that, they've all been through situations where they've had scenes cut out. And what she and production are referring to is trying to discuss certain subjects, and Destiny is just not budging. Now, Carlos questions whether any of the cast members have met her
new
boo
boo.
In person. And she says Stormy and Courtney, as well as Tiffany and Lou, have also met him. And she claims that, she claims to be working on her long distance relationships habit in therapy. Now, I ain't mad at you, Dustin.
I know he did ask her why he ain't there.
He wanted to be here.
And she wanted him to be there, but because of unforeseen circumstances, he wasn't able to.
So Carlos lets her know that, it's the viewers. And it is. Just going to it, child. It's the viewers demanding more because they're so invested. And she claims she's ready to be up.
She said she's an open book as much as she can.
Let me add that as much as I can. Carlos moves on to the breakdown of Mel and Destiny's friendship. Mel says things got bad when Destiny did an interview and downplayed Mel coming to see and check up on her after her divorce.
Oh boy, looking like you like what you see. What you come
you stupid. I don't think that applies here. Mel says she doesn't have time to go back and forth and decided to protect her peace, whether Destiny agreed or not. Now, Destiny believes that their beef all stems from the last reunion and Mel overhearing.
No. She said that's what Mel told her.
Oh, okay.
So basically, she making it seem like Mel is just coming up with all this stuff.
And well, actually, it sounded like Tisha made Mel seem like she was just coming up with stuff. Because actually, Mel has said from day one, I overheard you talk about me. I have heard her say that. I do.
She did say that, but when he just asked what was the reason for the breakdown of the relationship, she didn't say that. She said there was an interview. So it's like, what is it? You picking out of thin air, ma'am.
What is it? I don't like you. I don't want to be your friend no more.
Listen, I wish she would just say that.
She said that in many ways.
With you,
right? You little funky ass, but I'm okay. I'm sorry. We're only 5 seconds in. So now, yeah. As I said, Destiny believes it's from a reunion or whatever. And Mel said, and this is where I respect Mel, because Mel was like, no, we had this conversation at the cafe. I've told you multiple times why we will not be what we once were.
What it was Destiny wanted to know what was said. And Mel was like, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. Like, I think the way she was feeling was like, you said it, you should know what you said. But she's like,
and I think that we talked about this at the cafe in the earlier part of the season when we were all hashing out, when we were coming back from it, and she was trying to figure out what the real beef is and why Mel wasn't talking to her.
I don't think she actually told her what she heard.
I think she did. Didn't she say something about, like, you were saying, oh, and Mel's a Scorpio?
She said that on camera, but she didn't say it to Destiny. She said something about something Scorpio, and she's a Scorpio. Or something like, you know how them Scorpios are, or something like that. But she didn't say it to Destiny. So Destiny feels like she's still in the dark, and like I said, pulling stuff out of thin air. So
I guess.
who, you know what? Mel said, who give a damn? I'm protecting my mental health, my mental peace, and that's what it is.
And then I get Mel's point of why would I want to be friends with somebody that's still cool with my ex and is running back and forth, having conversations with him. And I want to protect my peace. And I'm trying to be done with him. So if that means I gotta cut you off because you just a little too involved with him, then so be it. Y'all gonna stop messing with money making Mel. I'm sorry. What?
I don't know. That to me, that one is like it's iffy because she knew him first. But in Mel's defense, I do understand it's not because you knew him first or he's your friend. It's the fact that he's talking ish about me, and you know, you kind of got to straddle the fence to be both of our friends.
Well,
But
that tells Mel that she not gonna keep playing in her face. And Mel says, I don't even talk about you. So how am I playing?
look, she said, I don't even talk to shit. She said, I ain't playing in your face. I don't even talk to you. No.
Destiny didn't have nothing to say. She was real quiet.
They're talking to me now. Boo. She ate you up. Cut it out. She ate you up and spit you out.
Keisha says that Mel is trying to come with a storyline, and she goes on to say she feels that Mel has a dark soul and that she's the devil in sheep's clothing. Can we talk about reaching and a real bad read? Was that supposed to be a good read? Did anybody else?
I listen, it gave me the puppets all over again. Okay. It gave me the damn puppets.
Yes, it was giving Muppet babies in this thing. Okay.
Let me say something. I don't give a damn. Mel ate that up.
Okay. So, and she talks about how Mel does things that are dark and talks about the time Mel went on TV and talked about how she gave Destiny $6,000 for her light bill. I do remember seeing that episode.
Oh yeah, Destiny, because I think he asked if Destiny agreed. And she was like, yeah, she made it seem like she gave me $6,000 to pay a light bill. Now, when they ran back that recap though, she did say, if you got a shut off notice on your door.
I'm okay. I'm not laughing at the situation. I feel like
she did leave.
I'm wrong. I felt like Destiny tried to be cool with everybody. And this is unfortunately where Stormy is gonna go wrong. Even though I love her, Mel is, and this is just the vibe she gives me. She's very, it's me and
territorial. That reminds me of somebody else I know. Real territorial with their friends.
Yeah.
Well, everybody. Yeah.
So I guess I can understand Mel's plight.
She don't like to share.
I don't.
Don't ask her for a crayon.
I'm all about loyalty, so I can kind of understand where she's coming from. And
no, she did not. That just sounded toxic as hell. No, you did not just call that loyalty. That's territorial. That is toxic.
I just feel like you had a friend that was down for you, that held you down, and you so busy trying to be friendly, you got caught up with Tisha.
What does that have to do with implying that she gave her $6,000 for a light bill?
But you forgot, don't bite the hand that fed you.
It what? First of all, apparently it wasn't.
Sorry, don't bite the hand that kept the lights on.
First of all, apparently,
Mel said, let me be your comfort in. I'll leave the light on for you.
You are a mess. Let me tell you something. The way they made it seem was like it wasn't really for a light bill. I don't know what it was for, and Mel was like, I didn't say that. I ain't say that. But what was it? The nightcap?
Yeah.
Boom. On the nightcap, that's exactly what it seemed like. And that's why the fans picked that on up.
Well, she doesn't like that Mel makes her feel like a charity case. And I understand that. Mel didn't have to do that, but I get it. You out here trying to clap and ain't got no clap back. You will get clapped at. Okay. So
You sounding like Choppers right now.
I'm Miss Wanda. No, what is it? Bernard. That's his name.
That's his name. Yep, Bernard. How did I forget that name? Geez.
Carlos brings up that some of the viewers feel Mel distanced herself because we talked about that. Destiny was too chummy with Martell and asked Mel her thoughts. And Mel says that she was like a little taken aback that someone going through a similar situation would be so close to her ex, especially because her and her ex were a lot alike.
Well, also, she brought up the fact that she said she thought their relationship was strange because they had been married for 13 or 14 years, and she didn't know that they were supposed to be really good friends. Out of a 13, 14-year marriage, which I would think is weird. Now, all of a sudden, you coming around like, yeah, this is my bestie. This is my bestie. Right? Like, you picked this girl up off the side of the road, and now we're going to talk about this is my cousin, this is my friend. But in Destiny's defense,
and that's why I'm territorial. No new friends. Ain't nobody popping out the woodwork. Girl, we did it. No.
That's her. That's what her dude, Trace. She's territorial with everybody. She's toxic. She's toxic, y'all. In Destiny's defense, because after Destiny explained it, it did make sense. What Destiny said was, she was single, okay, for a long time. She said once she got in a relationship with her ex, then she felt more comfortable coming around Mel and Martell because she had somebody and they had somebody. She didn't want to be the single friend coming around like, hey, this is my bestie.
Oh, see, I didn't even catch that. Kudos to you. That gives a little bit more.
But to me, her explanation made a lot of sense to me.
No, and that was respectful. That's why I say it gives her a little bit. I would give her a little bit more grace. I didn't hear that part.
All I know is it came up that Destiny was calling 1 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Destiny's like, oh, that happened when you hacked his phone. And Mel was like, boo, child, look, stop it. I ain't got no reason to hack this man's phone. This man was trying to hack my phone. She said, whoever you paid, look, you better get your money back, boo, because my thing is Fort Knox over here. I don't know. Listen, they've been divorced. She said 2 years now. Why are they still trying to get each other?
Change her number every other Tuesday. Who want to live like that?
But apparently, I don't know. Martell said he has it set up where if his phone rings and he don't answer or something like that, it rings to Mel's phone. So apparently, she has access to whoever calls his phone, and it doesn't make it through. What? Why would you do that? Why?
No, the hacker messed up, I think, is what the story is. So they were supposed to be hacking Mel's.
Oh, he made it sound like he set it up that way.
No, whoever was supposed to be trying to hack Mel's phone so that but instead it ended up sending Martell's calls to Mel's phone. Instead of it being the opposite way, so he could see who,
What? No way. Okay.
That's why she was like, you need to pay them more money. They didn't do a good job because they messed up the hack. And now your phone calls are coming to me. So that's how she can know that he was on the phone with 1 and 5 in the morning because the calls were coming.
Or she tried to call him anyway.
Right.
No, I completely missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Destiny basically says that if I was to cut Martell off for all the things that he was saying and doing about you, I would have to do the same thing to you because he was doing the same thing. You was talking about him too. And I mean, she got a point. But I think that's where Mel is coming from. She was like, well, you ain't got to play in the middle with me.
Right. You ain't got to play with. Let me help you pick a side.
Up the other side, huh?
Up the other side. That's where you want to be. That's who make you feel more comfortable. Okay. Do Martell got some money for you? Let's see if Martell pay your light bill.
If she would have said that. If I did get from Martell, he wouldn't go on national TV and announce it to the world, though.
And you know what? If I was Mel, I'd be like, well, tell Martell, leave the light on for you. It's exactly where the fuck you gonna be living. Fuck around with Martell.
Oh my God. Yeah, Stormy, based on, what you're hearing, that everybody's saying about her, Destiny, how does it make you feel to hear these things? And she says that, look, she ain't got nothing to do with this. She don't know that dynamic. Her and Destiny ain't even that deep. Okay. She was like, but, all in all, she basically said, that's not their type of friendship. And she feels like a real friendship is one that you can have an argument or a fight and move
Go
past
through
it.
some stuff. Yeah.
And look, and Destiny was like, because that's being real. Mel was like, child. Martell tells Stormy, he tells her retreat. Retreat now. I said, Martell, do you really want to get caught in the crosshairs of this?
Should have stayed over there and been quiet.
Right? He was like, she's such a liar and she's
He doesn't
good
know how
at
to
it.
forgive.
He said he still has friends with people, he's still friends with people and he's building right now. And she says, who wants to sit and continue to be friends with people that blast you, talk about you not having a home builder's license? We know who that was. Right. Said you're a liar and all types of stuff. And really, it's for this moment right now, just so you can say, I still have friends and we're still building.
Well,
and she says she the type that, you cross me, I'm done with you. And he says that, he's forgiving. He's always been that way because he wants forgiveness too. But if Mel forgives, you better watch it because she wants something. She said, I don't want or need nothing. God is my source and has been since I left your dusty ass. Mel did not come to play. Look,
he said, I'm going to
Mel,
hell today.
This is for Mel. And look, and I love the way she was like, yo, dusty ass. Carlos reminds them after everything went down, they were still able to get to a place where they could be cordial and wants to know why they're no longer at that place. Martell said the idea of co-parenting to them both looks completely different. He don't want men watching his children. And when they were married, that would have never happened. Of course, he's referring to
because now that we're not together, I want to have enough control over her where I can control what if Mel said, I don't want women watching my children?
So, for this one, this whole conversation, I'm going to have to go with Martell.
Why? Because of her brother?
Because I wouldn't want men watching my children either, for one. And for two, why do you have your brother watching my children and I'm in the state? I'm home. I'm not doing nothing. Why didn't you reach out to me and say, hey, I'm going out of town. Do you want the kids this weekend?
Because it's my weekend. It's not yours. You get the
But you're not there.
Doesn't matter. That's not your that's where we have to separate.
Then switch off weekends. Because your weekend.
But that's the thing. You're making it. That's too much control. We're not together.
Trace, you can't say that because guess what?
We don't have to compromise.
Trace, you can't say that.
I have to kiss your ass.
Can't say that because we had this conversation. If it was the other way around, okay, and during their weekend, they were not watching their child.
I would feel some type of way, but there's nothing I could do about it. That's life. That's not my weekend. That's what I'm saying. Like when you do that unfortunately I may not like it, of course. But
on top of that, he says that this is not a brother she even grew up with.
So like I said, guys, as you know, that Martell and Mel are going through the custody battle with the kids. And as me and Nellz disagree and have certain points, I think my point was, I think playing devil's advocate, because I'm always, with my horns, but I understand where Mel is coming from and the control aspect of it and the genuineness, if it's truly about his kids or if it's more about him just wanting to monitor her and what she does and where she moves. And I understand Nell's point of view, where at the end of the day, once you have kids with somebody, you don't have that freedom no more. That's what you give up when you share a child with somebody, especially if y'all not together.
What I'm saying is, your child is not with you if you're dropping them off somewhere or has somebody else watching them. They're not with you. So you're communicating where your child is. You're not communicating where you are. When your child is in your care, of course, your spouse, significant other, ex, whatever, they should trust that they're with you. They're with the mother. That's totally different. So even if she was traveling out of the country, whatever, I still think it should be communicated. I still think it should be communicated. But when you are leaving your child with someone that we didn't both agree that the child is safe with that person, this is not somebody who's watched the child throughout the whole relationship. We didn't come to an agreement on this. It definitely needs to be communicated. Definitely needs to have a sit down, and we need to agree. Otherwise, it should not happen.
Carlos gets emotional, y'all. He says that, you know, they go back, they look at the destined trip between the two. And, you know, he's like, you guys are so much better together, you know. Now, Martell, he admits that he misses his family. And Marceau is quick to pass the tissue to his boy. I thought that was really cute. And Carlos tells Martell he thinks he's troubled inside because he doesn't want to show this side of himself. For some reason, he gets all emotional and talks about how he's concerned for Martell. At one point, he had
this preaching, y'all. She over here preaching.
He had this great heart. And now it's an icebox where it used to be. Okay. And he feels that, you know, he's afraid to admit that he misses Mel. He misses his family and is just afraid of being vulnerable.
So, Mel even got teary-eyed.
Now, he asked Martell if he regrets what happened between them, and he admits that he does. And at one point, they did have what seemed like a perfect marriage. Mel says the demise of the marriage and her children being involved, you know, the whole situation. I'm sitting up here teary-eyed. It saddens you when you go back.
You was teary-eyed?
When you look at 15 years of them and they're beautiful. I mean, she stayed pregnant, and she said she stayed pregnant.
Like she said, it's not like I wasn't doing my wifely duties.
Right.
I stayed pregnant. And so what we're not about to do. So what we're not about to do is act like, because I think Carlos said something about, you know, when, you know, you're growing in your career, when you're growing in your career and your stardom, you know, you got to hold it down for your man. She said, what we're not about to do is act like I didn't. Okay. Because I was still a wife. All right. My stardom was growing. I was growing in my career and I was still a wife. She just popped out a baby. Okay. We know she was, she right. She stayed pregnant. She ain't lying.
So they've been divorced for almost 2 years and it's done. She says that, you know, she never thought she would have children with a man she would end up not liking. I said, damn. Whew. And
when she said that, I was like, oh, it's like when she was first talking, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then it took a turn. I was like, oh my goodness.
So when Carlos asked Mel if there's anything that she could have done differently, she said she would listen a little bit more, you know. And Carlos just hopes that they can get back to a place that they were at while they were in Destin, and just co-parent and be cordial.
Yeah.
Then they bring out Tiffany and Lewis. Y'all know I wanted to get into this, right? And their journey on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now they actually get applause when they come out this time, because the first time it was not like that. People were not here for Tiffany and Lewis. Now they talk about the couples retreat. Tiffany says she went to support Tisha and felt that she was a little bamboozled. Okay. Tiffany says she
felt like she was set up, y'all.
Right. Tiffany says she felt like she was attacked by Dr. Francis and that she felt secondary. Lewis says although they had moments, they were never not having sex. It just might be a week or the way you was in there raging, you made it.
It was like a week or 2 weeks. So now you want to downplay it. Now you want to downplay it.
No, you know what? Maybe he gets so much that for him that is a long time. I don't know.
But if it was a long time on the show, why it's not a long time now? I mean, I was talking about like a week or 2 weeks, not no month.
They got it popping real quick, and we find out that Tiffany is 4 months pregnant.
Right.
I told y'all. So that means if I'm right, she's probably about 6 or 7 months pregnant. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Congratulations, Tiffany. We're very happy for you.
Yes, we are.
And I think she said she's having a little boy named Ace, right?
Yes, which means unity.
Right, which that's the baby that's uniting their blended family. So I thought that was very beautiful. And then we can go into Kimmy.
So Carlos turns his attention to Kimmy and Maurice. You know, they go through the clips with
Not
Kimmy.
Kimmy.
Okay.
You just made up a whole new character on the show.
It wouldn't be the first time. and on this show. So they go through the clips of Timmy's cancer journey. Carlo thanks her for her the courage she exemplified. And asks how, how she is right now. She's like, I may not look okay, but I'm doing okay. I'm good. He's like, no, boo. You ain't killing it. And remember, I think we said that in the in part 1, like Kimmy looks good. Okay. Now she said it took her a minute to process it, the why me. The 1 out of 8. So, ooh, jeez. But and even to decide to move forward with the show. But she came to the conclusion that it would help somebody, it would help people and help her stay active with being on the show. She also says that she came to a point where, it disproportionately affects us as African American women. And she wanted to educate everybody because, a lot of people are not educated on, if you're predisposed to something or, you have the markers in your blood, you have to get tested more often. So, because we know Kimmy found out super, super early. She said she had her annual in December and found out June 14th about her cancer. And she says that's how fast a particular cancer grows. Now, she says at this juncture, she's, basically she got this. All right. She said she being a whole bitch about it because she gonna get through this.
Right.
Period. Right. She says that she had 20 weeks of chemo when she first started. Now she has 7 weeks left. Then, of course, she has to have surgery, and then she has to do 30 treatments of radiation. I felt like when she first started talking, it sounded like it was like almost over. And then she just kept saying like, and I was like, oh my God, like she still has like, like a pretty long journey. You know what I mean? She says, regardless of the outcome, her situation is going to help the next person. And that's where her mind is at this point. Oh my God, Kimmy, I just love me some Kimmy though.
I just want to say congratulations to Kimmy for being able to ring the bell. I did see that video. So hats off. Congratulations for beating cancer. That is amazing. I'm trying not to cry, but I am absolutely so happy for you. That is such a blessing. And we've all been here praying for you. So that is wonderful news. And I hope your health just stays on the upward stride. So
now, Carlos, he lets us in on a little bit. He says that, he's a very private person. He lost his mom to breast cancer. And unfortunately, his mom never went to the doctor. So this would be educating the type of people like, his mom. And, he says that she suffered in silence. And he knows that a lot of the population that watches the show are African American women, and says that she loved the show. His mama used to love the show, okay? And he knows that she would be helping so many women to get through it. And, he just wholeheartedly believes that, she's out here changing lives, making them get up off that couch, go get a mammogram, go get their sonograms, and even I think it was Kimmy let them know, like, look, some doctors don't automatically do the ultrasound. That's something you have to,
go get the ultrasound.
You have to request. And I just thought it was super dope. And, he tells her that her honesty, it's just like on catching it early is great. Of course, she looks bomb in her blonde lace front, I don't know. This was just a lot. And he says that they had some tough moments on the stage, but life is short. And you have to love on those that you're able to love on while they're still here on earth. He's proud of everyone for their growth and accomplishing everything that their heart desires. That was the end of that. I just thought it was super cute.
Well, yes. That was like I said, blessings up. Happy for Kimmy. Please make sure, if you guys have not already, that you hit that like button,
You comment,
you subscribe,
and hit the notification bell.
and make sure you catch us next Saturday or Sunday or whenever we get the review out. But just know and catch us for Love and Marriage DC, which is coming back next week. So we will see you, and we will be doing that shit. So we will catch you guys next week. Love you. Thank you so much for all the support, all the loves on the shorts, TikToks. I see us growing on Twitter. Our IG is growing. Thank you guys. I'm starting. I mean, I've been saying, but it's like been real prevalent this week, and I'm so thankful for it. So let's just keep doing the thing, and we love you guys, and hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.